Hi, can the same illness manifest in different forms at different periods of time? There are many illnesses that actually do so. Let's look at one of them today. I'm delighted to welcome you to another episode of Mindscape Matters, a channel to discuss mental health and more. I'm Dr. Mohan Raj. I'm a consultant psychiatrist based in Chennai, and I'll be with you as we explore this wonderful landscape. In one of the earlier episodes, we had discussed about depression, and we had seen that some persons would have one episode of depression and no more episodes again. Some others would have recurrent episodes of depression with complete normalcy in between the episodes. Some persons would develop a totally different episode called mania. Bipolar mood disorder, also known as bipolar affective disorder, is an illness which manifests as a depressive episode at one point of time and as a manic episode at another time. The features of mania will be exactly opposite to that of depression. In depression, the mood is low and the person is sad, much more sad than normal sadness. In mania, the mood is high and the person is happy, much more happy than the normal happiness. We call this high level of happiness as elation. Sometimes during mania, the person's mood would be irritable. More about it later. If we take the energy level, a person with depression will feel tired and lethargic. Their movements will be slow. On the other hand, a person with mania will feel that his or her energy levels are very high. They'll be much more active than usual. The person with depression would talk in a low, monotonous voice, whereas a person with mania will have a beaming voice with exaggerated intonations. As they use their voice a lot to speak, shout, or sing, their voice can become hoarse. When we look at the interest level, a person with depression has less or no interest in things. On the other hand, a person with mania develops interest in a lot of things all at once and will start pursuing many interests within a short time. And they also will jump from one interest to another within a very short period. A person with depression is not able to enjoy many things, but a person with mania, on the other hand, enjoys many things. If we look at how they interact with others, a person with depression would be withdrawn and would interact less with others. On the other hand, a person with mania would pick up a conversation with everyone, including strangers. They would talk a lot on a wide variety of topics. Anything will catch their fancy and they will talk about it. They would consider themselves as an expert in that topic and would give a long discourse on it. They would have racing thoughts. Their thoughts come one after another in great speed, and that will be evident in their speech. The interactions are not limited to face-to-face conversation. They would call many people on their phone and talk for a long time. Their social media will see a new spike in activity. They will post many colorful things, like it, love it, and comment on it themselves. These days, some of the family members come to know about an onset of a manic episode when some friend or relative calls them and alerts them about the person's social media post. They would ask, "Is he okay? Because I saw this post at 2 a.m. today morning." Now, if we look at their thoughts, a person with depression would have ideas of helplessness. But a person with mania will not see any need to help. They will be the ones to help others. They would give away alms easily. They suddenly donate a lot of money to charities. Sometimes they would drop all their jewelry in the temple offering box. A person with depression would have ideas of hopelessness, but a person with mania will see nothing but hope in everything he sees. Now, a person with depression would have ideas of worthlessness. On the other hand, a person with mania thinks that they are highly talented, powerful, and special. This thought that they are highly talented, powerful, and special is called as grandiosity. This grandiosity can be just ideas, or sometimes if the mania is severe, it can become a delusion. Delusion is a false fixed belief. So grandiose delusions can be of two types. One is delusion of grandiose ability. In this, the person thinks that he or she is capable of superhuman tasks. It could be with power, it could be with talent, or it could be with intelligence. The second type is delusion of grandiose identity. I am the king of this land, or I am the president, I am the prime minister of this country, and their behavior will be in accordance with their delusion. Or in some people, I am God, or I am the messenger of God. Some people with mania will start writing poetry or novels while in the manic state. They actually get creative ideas and start working on them. But they are not able to complete a novel because they get multiple creative ideas. It's like a flood. Now, we need water to survive. So one drop is fine, but if there is a flood, you can't survive. Similarly, they get too many creative ideas that they are not able to work on any one of the idea and work through it. Some people with mania go on a spending spree. They buy a lot of things, whether it's wanted or unwanted. Some people buy expensive cars way above their financial capacity on loans. In earlier days, we had to go to a physical store and splurge. But nowadays, online stores are open 24/7, and a person can spend a large amount of money on their credit card in one night. Some people, while in mania, start investing in new businesses. They would take over many sick industries as they have grand plans to turn around the business. That fellow does not know how to run the business. I am smart and have business acumen like nobody else. I will turn their business around would be their logic. They take huge loans to buy these industries. Now, when we go to a bank and ask for a 50 lakh housing loan, they would ask for many documents to scrutinize. They call it due diligence. But when industrialists ask for a 500 crore loan, they would readily give it. They would not ask, you already have an outstanding loan of 200 crore. How are you planning to repay both the loans? Persons with mania feel a decreased need for sleep. They would sleep for just 2 to 3 hours and would be very active from 2 or 3 a.m. They would boast about their ability to work with just few hours of sleep. They would exercise more, their libido levels go up, and their appetite also goes up. Some people with mania will have increased religiosity. They will start doing many religious rituals which they would normally not do. They will start reading religious literature, will start talking about points from religion to many people, which is not their usual. And as we saw earlier, when the mania is severe, some people would claim that they are God or God's messengers. What we discussed so far are the common features of mania. And the episode is called a manic episode. In a person, if he gets both depressive and manic episodes, we call it as a bipolar disorder. Bipolar mood disorder and bipolar affective disorder are also the same. The name bipolar means they touch both the poles, that is, the high of the mania and the low of the depression. Now, bipolar, the diagnosis of bipolar disorder is a longitudinal one. That means it is made based on the history of the person, not made when the first episode occurs. We will discuss some more facets of bipolar disorder in the future episodes. Thank you for watching this far. If you like this video, please tell 4 of your friends. Tell them there is a Tamil version also. Stay tuned because Mindscape matters. Bye.